Hey everybody, Complete Pete here again. Want to continue our conversation about hand tools. I've been getting a lot of questions lately from coworkers and friends and my son's college friends asking about what kind of tools they might need for some projects around their new apartment or their new home. I assume that since so many folks are asking these questions, there may be a lot of other people out there with the same question, so I think that's probably something I can help with. As a 30-year electrician, I've amassed a ton of tools. I mean, I have electrician's tools, I have plumbing tools, HVAC tools, auto mechanic tools, welding tools. I think I have every tool known to man. I'm going to show you today my electrician tool bag that I use daily. And I want you to see what's in there. I'm going to pull out a few items that I think are important for first-time homeowners or apartment dwellers to have. And this way, you'll have a very good idea what you need to purchase. The tools I'll show you this morning are tools that you can purchase for $100 or so at Lowe's or Home Depot if you want to buy new. I would not discount at all used tools from garage sales, yard sales, things like that. Tell your family members that you're looking for tools. If they're anything like me, they have 6 hammers, a couple of extra toolboxes, screwdrivers, things that they'd be just happy as a clam to give to you to get you started, and they probably have a lot more spare tools than you think. So follow along, and I'm going to show you what I have. I'm standing a little crooked because I'm holding my 600-pound tool bag. When you get your tools, I would suggest keeping them in a bucket. Get yourself a decent tool bag, get yourself a bucket buddy, which goes over the top of a plastic bucket and will hold all your tools and all your accessories and things like that. This is the bag I drag around with me for my electrician's work. So as you can see, I think I have a little bit of everything. This is my bag. It's got a carry strap. I have all kinds of things in it, but we're just gonna, I'm gonna pull out of the bag just the things that you're going to need to get started with the work you're gonna be doing around your apartment or your new home. You may notice that I have an unusual backdrop today. We're doing some fall cleanup of our basement, and I'm actually sitting in front of my 25-yard archery range. I have all my tools laid out. I just pulled out the basic tools out of my electrician's toolbox, and just to show you basically what you need just to get started, in my opinion. These tools are very easy to obtain. They're going to be something you need to have to get started, and I priced them out on, I think it was Lowe's website, and for about a little over $100 you could buy these tools brand new, and we'll get those links up for the tools that I picked out for you if you choose to go that route. And again, don't discount asking friends and family members if they have anything they'd be willing to donate to you. One of the first things I picked out is a screwdriver. One of your most important tools. This is a flat blade screwdriver. The other one you're going to need is a cabinet tip screwdriver. This is great for general purpose tasks. This one here is great for small bolts, electrical switch covers, things like that. So I would definitely get a set of these. Next thing is Phillips screwdrivers. You have a number 2 Phillips and a number 1 Phillips. You're going to run into these two most of the time, and it's a great start. You're going to need these to get started. Another tool that I have is a utility knife. You're going to need this for a lot of tasks, opening up packages. You can cut sheetrock with this. You can shave down wood, whatever you need to do. I really like the Stanley Fat Max. I must have 6 of these. It's an ergonomic utility knife, very easy to use. I like it because you press a button and you can change the blades very easy. You don't need a screwdriver to open it up. I also like the tool storage in the back. Let me get this flipped around a little bit. You can open it up and your blades are in the back for you. So as I said, this is a great razor knife, and I figured this in for you. Channel lock pliers, another must-have. These are channel lock pliers. One of the things you need is you always need these in pairs. And these are going to be used for putting on nuts and bolts. You're going to use these to change a basket strainer in your sink. Anything you just need to get a wrench on to turn. The tools are used for something like, something like this. If you had to put a pipe together, something like that, and you have to tighten the joint up. you can tighten it up, but you need 2 of these wrenches. And one of the things, if you notice, I have the wrenches in 2 different directions here. If you use the wrenches in the same direction, you can't put, it'll spin. You can't put the force on it. So you always have to have one of these wrenches turned the other way, and then they're going to resist each other, and that's how you tighten the connection up. So again, just a little something that you would do with that tool. So I figured 2 of these in for you. Another thing is an adjustable wrench. This is just a small 8-inch adjustable wrench, and you can see that I can open and close it by just spinning this little barrel on here. And if you're tightening something up with one of your other wrenches, you can hold the nut or the bolt head with this. It has a number of uses, and as we get into some more advanced techniques and things like that, you can see other ways that this can come in handy. Another tool that you could use quite a bit are diagonal cutting pliers. These are electrician's pliers, and these are out of my bag. These are a bit ergonomic, as you can see, because when you're using them all day, you don't want to like strain your wrist or anything like that. So these happen to have hardened steel jaws. I recommend that. You can cut copper wire. You can cut steel wire without nicking the jaws. You can cut packing straps with this. Very, very handy tool to have. So this is also in your kit. Needle nose pliers. Very handy tool to have. You can see they do have a cutting edge. They are knurled here, so you can grab wire, you could twist wire. They're great for reaching in. They're great for holding a nut inside a recess while you put the bolt in to tighten it up. So they have a ton of uses. Definitely a must-have tool. A level. This is just a 9-inch torpedo level. Everybody should have one of these, and you can see you can measure how level something is, and you can also measure to see if it's plumb. So not that you're going to get into building walls right away, but if you're hanging up a picture or you're putting up a little piece of trim or something like that, you're going to want to make sure you're on the level. Spackle knife, putty knife. You're going to get one of these and a little putty knife. I use these for scraping. No matter how good a mechanic you are with your tools, you're going to make a mistake. You're going to slip and put a hole in the sheetrock. You're going to have to, you're taking pictures down. You're going to have to patch the nail holes in the wall. You'd use these tools for that. So you can actually just like scoop into your spackle bucket, pick up a little spackle. You can use this as a hawk, and you could just take your putty off and you could do your spackling right off of this. So these two would go together. So you'll have a set of these in there also. You're going to use these quite often, I'm sure. Another item, hammer, just a regular claw hammer. I prefer the ones with a nice rubber grip on them. You can see how it's kicked out here so it doesn't slip out of your hand. Has a fiberglass shaft on it, and it has a straight claw. You'll see these in the store, all kinds of qualities and types. The curved claw has a much more pronounced curve on it. This is a straight claw, and I prefer this one. Because as an electrician or a plumber or someone like that, I have used mine to dig in the dirt, to bury ground wires. I've used it to, after chiseling out wood, to chop out the wood so I could run wiring or conduit. And you get quite a bit of leverage if you have to pull out a nail. So I would say I would definitely go with the straight claw, and I think that's the way to go. You won't be sorry with that. Some of the other things, and that you won't move into yet, but some of the things we're going to have going forward are probably a caulk gun. We're going to see what caulk gun you need. I'll specify one for you. I'll show you how to use it. You know, moving forward, you're probably going to want to have a cordless drill. Definitely not a must-have right away, but you can definitely get one of these. Once you get one of those, you'll need some drill bits. You know, and a drill bit, good set of bits and an index. Going forward, you'll need some screwdriver tips and things like that simply fit right into the drill. And this would be for, you know, tightening up a loose deck plank outside, putting up a shelf in the garage, something like that. Hex driver tips. These are all things we'll go into a little bit down the road. But for right now, these are the tools that you're going to need. And lastly, tape measure. Big fan of the Stanley products, as you can see. This has got quite a bit of use, been dropped off of ladders, roofs, everything else. 25-foot Stanley Fat Max tape measure. As everyone likes to do, I think to extend this out to about 25 feet and see who you can bonk in the head with it. It's a very good quality tape measure, and I would definitely not afraid to purchase one of those. So that's everything you need. We have a lot of other things to talk about going forward, but for now, if you want to get your toolkit together, and we'll start moving into some more complex tools for other tasks. If in the meantime you think of something else you want to see, you have a question, you have a project you're working on and you want to know what tools that you might need for that project, just shoot me an email and we'll do our best to answer your question or do a short video on it to help you out. Thank you.